High vibes, everybody. Welcome back to Go Heal Yourself. Today is going to be the first guided energy work and body work video that I've done. I finally have some more space to be able to actually do it, and so it's time to go ahead and do it. And so what I wanted to basically do today was we're going to start out kind of like what I would start with. So we're going to start with some self-massage, and we're going to start with stretching, just kind of, basically, the way that I'm going to do these videos is going to be, we're going to do something to kind of get the blood flowing, and then we're probably going to do a little bit of Qigong, because I like to do active meditation kind of at first, and then we'll do more of a sitting down kind of quiet type meditate. No, it won't necessarily be quiet. You'll see. It'll be different than you might be used to for guided work, though. So, anyways, first thing we're gonna do is, well, find yourself a good place to either sit. You can sit cross-legged like this, or you can sit in a chair. But we're gonna do some work on our hands and on our feet first. So it's gonna kind of follow what we do in the Instagram videos. So first off, for our hands, your hands are pretty much like your mouse for the external world. You know, that's what you're interacting with everything around you with. So these are really important when it comes to healing yourself in general. I mean, you do so much stuff with them every single day. Same thing with your feet. Your feet bear the entire weight of your body, you know. These are two, or I guess four, of the things that you should be working on like every single day, because you use them every single day, and after repetition, a lot of repetition, like, I mean, you doing this all day, that's repetition. Every time you're moving your fingers up and down, you got muscles working, and a bunch of repetition of it, and you're not stretching or exercising it, then it's just going to tighten up, get nice and tight, collect lactic acid. And anyways, okay, so for your hands, you're just going to place it on your leg, and you're going to take your elbow, if you can handle it, and you can always lighten up on the pressure, but basically you're just going to take it, you're going to put it right in there. You're just going to kind of work it around in your palm area. And now I am going to talk while we do this, but you can just kind of follow along. The main places you're going to want to get are going to be like right in this meaty area of your thumb, and in between your index finger and your thumb, there's an area right in here that you can tell like closes right in through here anyways. And then in the center of your palm. And what you're going to be doing, or what you want to do for the most benefit out of your own massage, is, yes, it's probably going to suck. You want it to be the kind of pressure where it hurts so good, to where it hurts, but it's like a good hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do too light of pressure, you're not going to hit the muscle fibers that are deeper in there, and you know, you're always going to be working more of a superficial layer rather than a deep layer. And so you want to get as deep as you can, but without tensing up. So you want to be on the edge normally, and this is what you learn in massage therapy school, and at least for clinical deep tissue work, is basically you want to be on the edge. And so we're just massaging our palms here, and this is the easiest way for me to do it. There's other ways you can get your hands massaged and do stuff like that, but for me that's one of the easiest ways. Now we're just going to switch sides, and so you're just putting your elbow into the meaty areas of your hand. If you feel a sharp, like a stabbing, burning pain, just let up, because you might be on a nerve. You're more looking, you don't want to press on bone, and you don't want to press on nerves. You just want to be on the mostly of the meat of your hand pretty much, which if you actually take your time and feel it for a second, you'll notice, you know, a lot of it's right in there, right in the center, kind of on the side here, but just kind of open all this area. And so how this relates to everything else is that the physical affects the energetic, and the energetic affects the physical. So by doing one, you're helping the other aspect. And we're opening up our palms, getting blood flowing. You'll be able to feel energy easier and stuff when we get later on into it. Okay, and so that's pretty simple. You know, if you need to pause the video, go back and do your other hand. Just make sure that feels loose or looser, and feel like you're getting blood back into it. Okay, and you can also do these. You're going to just stretch out your fingers and your palm. Same thing over here. Get your fingers real back there, you know, pull them back. Do the same thing with your thumb area if you need to. You can open all that up. I definitely need it for massage therapy, but most people in general need it done. Okay, and you can stretch them like that too. That's more your forearm, which we're about to get into. Okay, and then next we might as well just go on up to our forearms, and we'll just do the whole arm real quick. Basically what you're doing for your forearm, or one of the easiest things, is just pressing. And so you can do a active massage by basically the muscles. When you move your fingers, you can see muscle in your forearm move. Those are the muscles you're going to be pressing, because they're going to be the ones that you use to open and close your hands here. And so you're just pressing down on these muscles, and then you're bending your hand backward and forward. You're just going backward and forward, backward and forward. And you're going to feel it. It's going to be like you're putting a lot of pressure, but you won't have to put as much as if you're just trying to squeeze it. You're just going to passively kind of massage it. Just going back and forth. And now during the massage, your goal is relaxation. I mean, with most of this stuff, your goal is relaxation. So, you know, if you're doing this and you're just tensing everything else up, that's not what you should be doing. You should be trying to relax as much as you can into it, and trying to get as much pressure as you can into it. If you happen to notice, like I might be pressing here in a video, but if you feeling it more right in here, you go ahead and do what you gotta do. But this is just like basic stuff. We'll probably come back around to all of it. And then you just switch into the other side, same thing, forward and backward. Just getting the blood pumping to it. You're also pressing with your thumb on the underside here. So you're getting pressure from the top and the bottom. And you're just going back and forth, back and forth. Takes a little bit. You have to invest a little bit of time in yourself, you know. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and then now we're going to move up to our biceps and triceps. So for your biceps, pretty easy again. You're just pressing right down on your bicep. And bicep means 2 heads. Your tricep, tri means three heads. And so those would be the things that you're pressing on here. And so don't get too close to the inside part of your elbow, because there's a lot of nerves and it's really sensitive right in there. And also don't get too close up into your armpit, because you got your lymph nodes and other nerves and stuff in there too. So I'm just taking my thumb and I'm pressing right into the heads of my bicep. Getting that nice and loosened up. On the opposite side, you're just going to be pressing on your tricep here. pressing all that area through there, getting some nice compressions. And this is just kind of a guided video, so I mean, if you need more time on the area, feel free to pause it. We're just loosening all of it up. Right in through there. You can also do this if you can't put as much pressure. You can put what pressure you can and then do some movement, and it'll passively kind of massage it. Lots of tight areas on my triceps there. And then switching over to the other side. Again, you're just trying to get as much pressure as you can comfortably. If you're tensing up, that's a red flag right there. Just gotta be able to relax, accept it, realize that that's probably from years of you not doing what you should be doing, which would be stretching it out or, you know, exercising it. Okay. Tricep, bicep, okay. And now we're just going to squeeze on our deltoids here. I mean, there's lots of different ways we could get into them. I also would like to just go ahead and say, while we're squeezing on this, invest in a foam roller and invest in a ball, a hard ball of some sort, so that you can roll out your body and get everything you need to. This is actually a crystal that I roll on, but they sell hard balls like at Walmart and stuff like that. So anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to do some tepotement, but it's also a Qigong thing. So you're going to hit the outside of your arm going down, and then we're going to come up on the inside here. Okay, and then we're just going to do the same thing again. And basically, this is just helping to kind of shake loose any of the tight areas, get blood flow into the area. Try and do it about 3 times. And just get the blood flowing. And do the same thing on this one. Come down on the top, up on the inside. Okay, now we're going to work on our feet. We're going to do basically the same thing. So you can get up into a chair if you need to, and all you're going to do is put your foot over your knee, and we're just doing some massage, pressing. And what you really want to focus on, especially before energy work and stuff like that, it's going to be right here, right underneath your big toe, in between there. It's like right under the ball of your foot, there's like this open area. And anyways, that's Chinese medicine, it'd be like your boiling spring area, but it's basically like the connection point for the for your energy body and the earth, you know. So that's going to be where a lot of your grounding is going to be. And so we're just massaging our feet right now, working on those. And also, well, I'll get into it eventually, but there's lots of reflexology points that affect the whole rest of your body that are really important on your feet. So make sure you always get some work done on your feet and hands, because hands are really important too. That bear the feet bear the whole weight of the body, so you might as well know they're probably going to be tight, especially if you don't ever take any care of them. And if you ever have foot pain, just know that a lot of it can be from your calf, because just like on how your forearm has all these attachments into your hand, well, your calf and your shins have a lot of attachments down in your feet. So a lot of times when you're feeling pain somewhere, it's just a symptom. You have to find the actual area that's causing it to really fix it, you know. So, working on our feet, other foot now. Remember, as much pressure as you can comfortably without tensing up. Just try and relax and breathe. If something is hurting when you're doing massage on yourself, make sure that you're breathing too, because your breath is really going to help with being able to handle more of it, pretty much. So when you're getting a lot of pressure during a massage, breathe out. And that's going to be what is helping you kind of release it and relax. That's like your relaxation right there, is you're breathing out. And then you breathe in, and then when they press again, you press out. You blow out. Okay, both of our feet are done now. Now we're going to do our calves too. This one's pretty easy too. You can find this bone right here, your tibia, and you're just going to go right to the side of it. Basically, you're just grabbing your calves. You're grabbing your calf muscle there. You're just pressing right into it. Most of this stuff is pretty simple. Sometimes you have to be creative to get different areas really well that you can't normally get. But that's where the foam roller and the little ball come in handy. Those really help a lot for sure. And so we're just getting our other one here too. Okay. Make sure you're also pressing on your tibialis anterior here. Just some of this muscle right here. Your peroneus muscles, peronei over here. I also like doing tapotement like this right here. It just kind of shakes loose everything physically and energetically. Helps to kind of relax the area, bring blood flow. Again, if you're tensing up, red flag. Just getting both these sides, get the insides here, insides here. Go. Then you got your top part of your leg up here. Now, if I'm sitting and I have knee pain, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sit like this. Try and relax your leg as much as you can. You don't want to be tensing your muscle. And then you're going to put pressure on the sides of your knee, right, just a little bit up. There's a lot of connections. And you're just putting pressure right in there. You can get both of them at the same time, or you just do one at a time. Just kind of relax your leg a little bit, straighten it out a little if you need to, or keep it a little closer in, whatever's relaxing for it. Then you can also take and press here, just pressing out. And this IT band's always real tight. That's another one. We'll have to do a foam roller session sometime soon for your IT band. All you're just going to want to do is set it there on the side, and then you're just rolling it back and forth, getting all the blood to it. Get your hamstrings. But if you have that, you can go ahead and do that. But on this first video, I was just going to do self-massage for yourself, So you want to be able to do all of it on your own, not have to rely on any sort of tool to be able to get any of it. Although it definitely makes it easier. Especially your back. You're gonna have to find something for your back. Because I can press on my chest. I might need more pressure, but you can get most of the stuff in the front and your arms and your legs, but you're gonna have to have something for your back pretty much. So get some more tapotement in there. Just kind of get the blood flowing, go up into your hips some. Okay. And then same thing over here. Warm out today. Make sure you get your IT band real good. Alright, and then that's pretty much it for the first part here. The next part we're going to do is we're going to go into, we're going to do a little bit of Qigong. That's right. We're going to do some standing meditation before we did the sitting. And so what I like to do is I like to loosen up the spine, especially now that we've kind of loosened up everything else. We don't really have to do too much to the stretching and stuff. What I'm going to have you do is you're just going to stand about shoulder width apart with your legs. And if you feel ridiculous doing this, just smile at yourself, because it's going to be really helpful for you. This is going to help to loosen up your spine. You're just going to twist from your hips, and your arms are just kind of relaxing, and they're just going to swing, and they're hitting a spot on your lower back that is called your door of life. And this is going to help to loosen up your sacrum, loosen up your spine, loosen up all of your energy in general. And you're just relaxing and swinging from your hips, or moving from your hips, I mean. Okay. And then you just kind of unwind a little bit, just relax for a second. Then the next thing we're going to do is some spinal breathing. And so what you're going to do for this is you're going to put your arms up like this, like you're kind of going to yawn a little bit. You're going to lean back and bringing your back back. You're contracting your back, breathing in, and then on your breath out, you come down to the front, bring your elbows together, and curve your spine as you're breathing out. Same thing, open up as you're breathing in. Feel energy going into your spine through the front, and then through the back. Okay. And then feel free to pause it if you need to go any longer. The next thing that we're going to do is a little bit of shaking. It might seem ridiculous, but this is like one of the best things that, like, if you just do it by yourself and you don't pay any attention to it, yeah, that's awesome. So just doing exactly what it sounds like. You're just shaking. And smile a little bit too, because smiling definitely changes. Just shake out all the bullshit. Just shake out all the stagnant energy. Imagine it just flowing down into the ground. Just kind of shake it all out. Might seem ridiculous, but it's whatever. Okay? So we're just kind of shaked out. We loosened up our spine some. And now we got more energy flowing in from blood flow and just in general. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to basically be like a tree, you know? So just stand and just imagine that you're a tree, and that there's roots coming out from underneath your feet, and that above your head you've got limbs that are spread out with leaves. Okay? And now while you're standing here, put your awareness into your feet and see the roots coming out, and feel them coming out and going deep into the ground, spreading out around you, giving you a strong base. Now you're going to sweep your arms out to the side. You're going to feel all of your roots. Imagine that your hands are going down and touching your roots. And you're going to sweep energy up your roots, up through your trunk, so your legs, all the way through your body, up to your heart, out of your head, and try to imagine your hands and your energy touching and being pushed through your branches and your leaves, all the way up to the top. And then imagine that the energy is your leaves, pretty much, and that they're kind of falling down around you. And then you're doing the same thing again. So for Qigong, you're repeating exercises till you physically have it down, and then you connect it energetically. And this is going to help you to ground and also to connect your top and your bottom. Okay, so we're coming down again. Now on this one, you're just going to let your hands relax again to the side, and this time you're going to bring your hands up. Imagine that you're sweeping even past your leaves, like as far as you can with your hands, and you're scooping up energy from the universe, from spirit, from God, from wherever you want to grab it from. You're bringing it down through your leaves and your branches, and you're pressing it all the way down and back out through your roots. Same thing again. Just bring in that cosmic energy down, out through your roots. And we can do it one more time. Bring all of it down, out through the roots. Okay? Now, you're just going to place your hands over the lower part of your stomach, which is your lower dantian, which is where you need to be storing all of your energy. And so, what we're going to do now is we're going to center our energy. And for this, you're just placing your hands here, and then you're going to sweep out to the side. Imagine pulling all that energy in again, kind of like you just did. And bringing it down right underneath your navel. Okay, same thing on this side. Breathing out as you're coming down. You're breathing in as you're going up. Pulling all that energy in. Bringing it down and centering it into your storage area. Okay? You can do it a couple times on each side. And bring it. Store it right in there. Okay? And so that's pretty much like warm-ups for doing energy work, doing your meditations and stuff like that. Now the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to grab, I would suggest a chair, but I know some people probably don't have a hardback chair or something. You're welcome to sit on the ground with your feet crossed, but your legs crossed, but the thing is, it's easier to do what I'm about to show you if your legs aren't crossed at first while you're learning it. You want them to be as straight as you can so you can feel the energy. Now that we have warmed up our body and our mind, we've connected some of our energy, what we're going to be doing is working on tactile awareness. And we're going to start from our feet, and we're going to pull it up that way. So, what I want you to do is just take your hands, and you're going to do this motion. You're just brushing your feet. Okay? Now pay attention to how this feels as you're doing it. Do it as slow as you need to really feel it, okay? Okay? Just brushing your feet. Just brushing your foot. Okay? Now stop and imagine that it continues to go. Just feel your hand brushing your skin there. Feel the movement, feel the rhythm of it. And after a period of time, if you do this right, you'll start to feel a tingling, buzzing, you'll feel warmth. You might feel like the muscle wants to tighten up. But just try and stay as relaxed as you can. And basically what you're doing, all we're doing is we're just bringing our awareness to our feet. We're remembering the action, and we're remembering how it feels. Okay? And so you want to recreate that feeling with your memory. Okay? So now you're just brushing your foot. You're going to brush the sides of it, brush the back of it, brush the bottom of it, especially the bottom of it. Okay? Remember the feeling. Just pay attention to it for a second. Back and forth. Don't even have to look. Okay? And then you stop. Continue that feeling. Back and forth on your feet. Do your other foot. Back and forth. Okay? Just back and forth. Stop it. Feel it on your other foot. Okay? Now we're going to brush the tops. And if you can't do both feet at the same time, just worry about doing one at a time, okay? Doing them both at the same time requires you to split your awareness, and that's okay. You can do that. I mean, that saves a lot of time if you learn how to split your awareness, but just need to brush your feet right now. Each side, the top and the bottom, okay? Recreate that feeling. Touch them as much as you need to, but then pull away from touching them and allow yourself to try and recreate the feeling, okay? And it's more important that you feel it rather than you can visualize it, okay? It's more important that you focus on the feeling of it rather than what it looks like. So if you need to close your eyes and do it, that's fine. If you need to look so you can kind of get an idea more so, that's our feet. You're just going to continue that for a minute or two until you start to feel them activate. And then what you're going to do is you're going to brush up your legs now. Each side. Pay attention to how it's feeling. Pay attention. And then stop. Continue as though your hand were still there, touching your leg, brushing it upward. Start from your feet now, and just brush it all the way up. Recreate the feeling, brush it up your legs. Some areas may be hard to pass through, or you may become distracted. Just bring your awareness back to what it was that you were doing now, okay? Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to how it's feeling. And then you're going to continue this all the way up through here, okay? Until you can do both legs at the same time, and until you feel as though there's no blockage pretty much in the area. You're gonna or until you feel as though it's all kind of activated pretty much. And it's not going to be something that you have to pretend like you feel forever. After a certain point, you'll know that what you're feeling is for real, and you'll have all kinds of crazy sensation, but don't let that distract you from just making sure that you continue to be consistent with the work. That's what's going to help you the most. Okay, so you're just doing this, remembering the feeling, recreating that. And so then now we're going to do our hands. We're just going to brush our hands. Hands might be one of the easiest things for you to feel. My feet are really sensitive too, so it's very easy to feel it on there. You're just brushing your hand. Recreating it. And I no longer have to brush my hands, I'm just doing this for the video. Eventually you don't need to do the physical aspect first. You can go straight to the energetic. Okay. And see, it used to would be my hands were so tight when I would do this, and then I would stop and do the energy. It kind of makes them want to tense up, and that's a good sign that it's kind of like when too much electricity passes through something, it's just kind of like shorten it out kind of. So this is helping to stimulate your nerves, and then your mind is going to recreate that as though you're actually doing it. So you're building up the electrical activity your nerves can pretty much take. And so that's building up your whole bioelectrical field. But anyways, back and forth till you can feel it, and then you want to be able to do both hands at the same time, okay? So back and forth, back and forth. It's repetitive, but you only need to stay on each area for a minute, maybe two. So that's not very much when you think about it like that. And then you're just bringing it up. Just bring it up. And once you finish with one arm, you can go straight into the energetic aspect too. So, you know, brush it and then recreate it. And if you have trouble with remembering the feeling, just go back to doing it again. You don't have to be right along with the video. It's just kind of a in general guide, but you're just brushing it up. Now, if you're working on stimulating, what you can do is you can just brush it back and forth. That's the motion that is stimulating. The motion that you're going to do when you're trying to raise energy, when you're trying to build up more of your chi energy and increase the vibration, is you're going to just use a upward brushing type motion. You're not going to be going downward with the stuff. You're just going to be bringing it up. Okay. It's going to be, I mean, I could tell you one of the techniques for it right now, but you need to get some of the basic stuff down, and this is all the basic stuff. This is basic stuff. You just got to be, and the more blood from us pumping it in there earlier, the easier it's going to be to feel your energy, the easier it's going to be to do these exercises. You can brush up and down your arms here and just recreate that feeling. Same thing. Okay. That's going to place energy into your shoulder joints. It's going to place more energy into your hip joints too. And then from there, probably in the next guided video, we're going to need to circulate it throughout our body and then bring it and store it. So you need to learn how to first conserve your energy, then you need to learn how to absorb energy, then you transform the energy that you've absorbed and refine it into better, and then you store that energy, and then that stored energy can be used for healing or for day-to-day whatever, or for, you know, whatever. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'm also running out of time on my phone that's available to record, so that's pretty much it. After you get done with doing this type of work, you always want to end and bring it down underneath your navel, because that's going to help to grab all that excess energy that you just built up on, and it's going to help to store it rather than you just kind of just stop and walk away. So we're just going to bring it all in from the top and the bottom at the same time, and then we're going to press it down and condense it right into underneath your navel there. And just sit, feel your body for a minute, listen, make sure you drink some water. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in for my first video like this. I'll be trying to do more and more often.